5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello humans, this is Retro Rocket Man, back again with another video, this time round customising a Marvel Legends Skullbuster, rather minor character from the X-Men series, a member of a team of characters known as Reavers, who were enemies to the X-Men heroes. So let's take a closer look at this character out of the box, and he comes with a couple of accessories as well as a Build-A-Figure arm for a character known as Caliban, but we're going to be looking more closely at the figure itself because I'm going to have a go at customising this guy. Not too much, just a bit of paint here and there, bit of boot polish, and Bob's your uncle. Comes with a interchangeable head, another character in the Reaver clan known as Reese, and also his standard sidearm weapon. Nice sculpt, just one piece of moulded plastic, so we'll have a go at painting those up. And the bio reads, an enemy of the X-Men, the cyborg Skullbuster is a member of the villainous gang called the Reavers. The character has a lot of potential, a lot of nice little sculpting details. He has a really nice head, if you can call it that. Great sculpt, nice paint applications, and the costume and body sculpt itself is well detailed. Just needs a little bit more room for a bit of extra paint here and there. I'm going to start with a chrome silver on the flat grey plastic areas of his arms and legs, where it's obviously a metallic finish. So I'm going to give it a nice shiny brand new coat of paint, make it more reflective as opposed to the dull grey plastic. This should just make the figure look 10 times better. Just a simple technique just to snazzy up your figures, bring out a lot more of that excellent sculpt that they put into these figures, just give them that extra level, that extra dimension. It always pays to have a decent brush to get into these tight areas, especially when you don't want to touch off on other parts that you obviously don't want to paint. The right tool is always very important. I've switched to a smaller brush to paint the gun, given that I'm only going to paint certain accents on the gun, not the whole thing. I'm just using a gunmetal colour here. I'm not going to go to too much trouble just to make it a little bit more than just a moulded piece of plastic. It's amazing what a lick of paint does. Now it's time to touch up his vest. It's got a khaki colour originally to it, but I wanted to flatten it down a little bit, so I'm just painting it with an olive green. And I eventually want to make it look more like leather as opposed to just fabric. So I'm going to be attacking that with some shoe polish once it's dry. I'll be painting other areas on the jacket, such as the gun clips and the shotgun shells with different accents, silver or black, and also his knife as well, just to make them stand out as opposed to the one uniform colour of his jacket. Once the silver is dried, I'm now going over with some black boot polish just to bring out all those lovely sculpted lines. You can see that in the arms and the legs. Really makes them pop. It also just takes that sheen off the silver just a little bit, makes it look even more metallic in a lot of ways. A bit tarnished and grimy. As I said earlier, I'm going to just tone down the olive green in his vest with some brown boot polish, just to give it a bit of texture, some layers, and grime it up a bit as well, because I can't imagine this guy being clean. And just by dabbing on the boot polish and stippling it with the brush, just gives it that extra texture and creates a lot more interest in the final finish. Once it's dried, I'm just removing some of the excess with a wet scourer sponge, just to create even more texture and unevenness to the finish, scuffing it, making it look more battle-worn, just to give it that extra layer of believability. And I'm applying the same process to his gun, just to make the lines in the sculpt pop and also give it a bit of griminess. And a couple of extra touches of black shoe polish on the brown, just to again give it another layer and more texture. And the same approach with the boots, just going to grime them up with some black shoe polish. Pretty easy. Well guys, that was a nice quick one, so hope you liked the video, and in my opinion he's 10 times better than he was out of the packet. So this is Retro Rocket Man, over and out.